The commodity super cycle has started. It's here, ladies and gentlemen. Oil price is shooting up. Copper is ripping. Gold strong. Silver price exploding. It's happening. And if you think you missed a boat, you are hugely mistaken. It's a super cycle. It's just starting. Now we want to get in. We're going to talk about what commodities gonna be interesting to get in on swing trades on the long side. I'll give you 2 swing trading ideas in 2 commodities that look super interesting right now that nobody is talking about. Let's go. Welcome to Hot Trades of the Day, your show for swing trading ideas for the coming days, weeks, and month. Well, if you've seen the oil price, the copper price, gold, silver, you name it, since the start of the year, then you know why I have been talking about and focusing on the commodities in the past year in anticipation of what has just started right here, the commodity supercycle. Let's jump right into the chart of oil. Look at this rip of oil. Okay, so the first thing that we need to talk about here is this. News follows price action, not the other way around, okay? So I know the media likes to tell you this to make themselves more valuable, but it's very rare, right? Very rare that price follows the news. Usually the price action happens and then the media outlets pick the news that fits the price action. So looking at the rip of the oil price, everybody is talking about, it's the new sanctions on the shadow fleet of Russia, blah, 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 blah. It's a short squeeze, ladies and gentlemen. All right, that's what it is. And you can see it in the explosion that has happened after we broke out of this wedge. If you saw my preview for 2025 for oil, you remember I told you, we don't know where oil is going. We want to be fast second. So we're going to wait. Are we going to break below the support zone or are they going to break the uptrend? And then we want to get in fast. I hope you got in fast. You had really good chances to get in about 74.10, 74.15, 50, whatever. And now you're laughing all the way to the bank. Okay, so what do we do with the oil price right now? Well, now the majority of the short-term trade is done. We've basically reached the $80 mark. That's not a big resistance. The bigger resistance zone is this upper yellow zone that you see here that goes all the way back to 2021. And even that one is okay. But I expect the oil price to take a breather here. Because again, fundamentally, nothing has really happened that justifies this insane move up for oil, right? But the good thing is, and by the way, before I get to the good thing, let me zoom out and take a look at the RSI on the daily. Look how overbought we are, right? And every time we have reached the levels where we're at here, you can see we always had a downward move after it. Here we had a little bit of an up move and then the correction. And this is more what I expect, not this or not this, more of a smaller type correction. I've told you the oil price is the number one indicator that mainstream investors, and this includes professional investors, fund managers that are not focusing on the commodity sector, they look at the oil price as the signal for the commodity market. And this signal, boy, has it triggered now. It's on. Let's take a look at copper. Look how strong copper has performed in 2025. We had one little correction candle after we hit the upper end of this resistance zone, which is significant. As you can see, that goes way back to 2021. So we had one down day and it got bought up, and we're about to break out of this resistance zone. Would I buy copper right now? No, not really. I would wait because the real signal is going to be the break of this downtrend. But if copper keeps going, it really goes. As you can see here, the rallies in copper, I've told you this before, they are explosive when they are happening. So you definitely want to be positioned in copper. Now, let's get to one of my favorite trades that I told you in the preview and the outlook and the prediction for 2025 was my hot commodity trade, Palladium. I hope you got in on the dips on Palladium. You could buy it really nicely, and look how we are setting up. Higher highs, higher lows. It's moving up. It broke the short-term downtrend. This has a lot of room to run, ladies and gentlemen. And the crazy thing is, the mainstream, the big money, they just gonna get in around here, 1,400, 1,500, right? When it breaks the downtrend and this resistance zone, we're gonna already be up 40%, hopefully by then, if you took this trade, which was, again, my hot commodity trade for 2025. This looks really nice. But here are two commodity trades that you need to have on your list right now. Soybeans from the agricultural sector. Look at this breakout of this resistance zone, and we broke the downtrend. Now, nobody's talking about soybeans yet because nothing has really happened. It's a big lagger, but it's setting up for a big move higher. If we take out this high right here and are even able to close about this high, we're going to get a major push in soybeans. And I want to show you something. You see this blue support zone, this uptrend, more than a support zone. Sorry about that, uptrend. Let me switch to the monthly and let me show you something where this sucker comes from. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the ultra long-term uptrend that has been in place since 2002. And look at the rallies that soybean had once it had established this uptrend, right? It established it here, hit it, monster rally. All right, partied around a little bit here, went back to it. It took a little time, and then monster rally in soybeans again. And look where we are now. We are right. This is the monthly, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this beautiful hammer that we have right here. Hammer candle on the monthly. This is the candle of December. This is a finished candle. Major buy signal. And these are the two candles on the monthly that I was talking about. We close above those. Soybeans. Gonna be really, really interesting. So, if we get a retest of the support zone, great entry point for soybeans. Immediate buy for a swing trade long. Coffee. Look at the coffee chart. This looks great. I'm gonna get in on this trade probably. I haven't really put in my order yet. I've been super busy today, but look at this wedge pattern. We broke out of it, or you can call it a triangle or whatever you want to call it, falling triangle. It doesn't matter. It's all the same, right? You see it clearly here. Support zone, downtrend, we're breaking out. If we close here, this is the important thing, right? We tried to break out here, got caught back in. But if we close above the downtrend, signal is here. We already have the signal in the RSI. And coffee, that is, look at the performance that coffee had in the past year, actually since basically fall of 2023. One of the strongest commodities that nobody's talking about. And here's what you see. I'm sure you know by now. If you follow my channel, please subscribe so you get the swing trades. You can follow the commodity super cycle. We're going to be focusing on this. We're going to focus on tech stocks, on the stock markets, Bitcoin, but we're going to be one of the few channels that are going to go deep into swing trading ideas in the commodity super cycle. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look back at the old videos from last year. If you have too much time on your hands, that's what was talking about them already. So what do we got here? You know what it is? A up wave, B correction wave. We are setting up with this breakout for the C up wave. Coffee, long swing trade looks great. Also, real quick, platinum. I hear a lot of people really bullish on platinum. You know, I am not really one of them. I would do the palladium trade before I do platinum. But if we hit this uptrend again, and you're not in gold and silver and you prefer something else, okay, you can try it. I'm not that convinced. I don't think this is so strong. We're still in the downtrend. We tried to break it twice. It didn't work out. So I would hold out on platinum. I just wanted to throw this in there because I hear in certain circles, hear about platinum as a super hot trade on the upside. Not there yet. You just saw a lot of commodities are breaking out. Those are the ones you want to be in. There's going to be a lot of action in the ags, in the agricultures. As you can see, gold looks great. Silver setting up. Remember the silver miners and remember the gold miners. You don't want to forget about those. We're going to get into those as well in the coming days and weeks. The commodity is not going to go up in a straight line. Nothing does. But remember these first weeks of 2025. We're going to look back on them and people are going to say, oh yeah, the oil price breaking out and the strength in copper and in the big precious metals. That was the signal of the commodity super cycle. It's here. We're going to make a lot of money with it. Have a great day. Bye-bye.